With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
welcome back. Once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The Cyber Thunder Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series fires things off after a short little brief break for the holiday. We're going to roll things off race number 3 in the round of 12. Who's going to make it to the round of 8? They got to make their way around this 2.5 mile rectangle of a track, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That's right, the Brickyard. Gonna set the field for the round of 8. Who's gonna make it? Who's gonna pack their bags and head home without a chance for the championship this season? How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from the track. We have a few drivers already out there on this massive 2.5 mile speedway. The world's biggest, I do believe it is the world's biggest sports arena as far as seating capacity is concerned. So Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the world's biggest racetrack, gonna put on the world's biggest show right here tonight on Turn 3 Racing Network, the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Well, we'll see if we've got anybody out there on a flyer. Let's see if we can't bring up some of that qualifying information for you, get some of that on the screen for you. There you can see those qualifying times off to the left-hand side of your screen. Chris Dean sitting top of the speed charts right now. Quick time, 52:14 for Dean. He is one of those drivers on the outside of the cutoff line looking in. We'll get into that here in just a brief moment. Dean is basically in a must-win situation coming into tonight's race number 3 in the round of 12. Jeff Sharp, Tyler Beeman, Brian Dorsey, and Chris Wold round out your top 5 as far as the speed charts here in this 10-minute qualifying session. Chris Wold, also one of those drivers, you can see him highlighted in that aqua. He is one of those drivers on the outside looking in, fighting for his championship hopes and dreams to stay alive by the end of this one here tonight. Looks like we've got about 26 drivers here tonight at the Brickyard for the Got Milk 50. And we'll see what kind of milk the winner takes. I do believe that Elio Castroneves walking away with his 4th Indianapolis 500 race win this past weekend. I believe he had strawberry milk in victory lane. We'll see if any of these guys like just straight milk, or maybe they're drinking some almond milk. You never know these days. Nonetheless, Chevys dominate the top 2 spots here in qualifying. Chris Dean, Jeff Sharp lead the Blue Ovals. Tyler Beeman and Brian Dorsey right there, 3rd and 4th. Another 2 Chevys back to forge our highest running Toyota. Belongs to the 51 of Jerry Isaacs as we watch Dalton Carter go flying by on his first time lap. Only 12 drivers on the speed charts here in qualifying as we watch the 53 put down his first time lap. He'll go 11th on the speed charts. Dave Sanders, Bradley Beeman, Eric Moore, as well as Tom Richter, they're all beginning their time lap. So we will have a mad dash, a rush to the finish line for these drivers to try to put down their qualifying lap. First time around, you're about a minute and some change just getting up to speed and back around. Then you've got another 50 seconds or so. So it takes a total of right around 3 to 3.5 minutes to complete your qualifying attempt. Looks like a few drivers are going to be on the outside looking in. Paul Turner, Coolidge, Finn Moore, Jay Morse still yet to get to their cars. 53 of Carter going to cross the line this time by. Does he improve on the second time lap? Looks like he does. Going to improve for a second. Knocks back down to that 13th position. Tom Richter going to go inside the top 5. He'll jump to 4th with his time lap. We'll take a look out here with Christopher Daniel. Daniel, one of those drivers in a must-win situation. Christopher Dean, sorry, I do apologize. Dean very much alive, just 1 point outside of that cutoff line. So Dean looking to grab some points with snatching the pole. We will keep our eye on Christopher Daniel, Cole Gray, Chris Wold, Chris Dean here tonight, as well as Eric Moore, Brian Dorsey, Justin Groves, and Tyler Beeman. Those are the drivers that are going to be mixing it up as far as whether they make it in or are on the outside looking in by the end of tonight. Tom Richter able to improve his fourth place up to a third spot. Christopher Daniel going to cross the line, complete lap number 1 here in qualifying with just about 3 minutes remaining. He'll jump 5th on the speed chart. Can he get that 88 any faster? Mike Grandy Sr. going to go 2nd with a 52.18, 1/10 off of your pole sitter. And well, we said we'd get to it, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of this graphic information for you right there real quick. Go ahead and run down your championship standings coming into tonight's race as we leave the 88 of Christopher Daniel still out on his qualifying lap, sitting 7th right now on the speed charts. Coming into tonight's race, number 3 in the round of 12. Coolidge Fenmore leads the point standings by 13 points. Mike Grandy is senior. Tom Richter right there as well, 15 points back. Jeff Sharp, Tyler Beeman round out your top 5, and there you can see just how close it is, as that 88 not going to improve on his second time lap. Very close in those top 5, and then from there on out, Brian Dorsey, Justin Gross, Eric Moore, Christopher Dean, Chris Wool, Cole Gray, Christopher Daniel, they are all battling like crazy to make it into the round of 8. Christopher Daniel sitting 67 points behind. Coolidge Fenmore 30 points behind the cutoff line with Eric Moore. He is going to need to win tonight's race. And as we were running down your championship standings here tonight, we've got a new pole sitter, new quick time here tonight. Goes to the 39 of Bruce Perry. He puts that blue oval at the top of the speed charts. Perry gonna walk away with the pole and those points here tonight. Christopher Dean just edged out Perry as that 51.99 fast time here in qualifying, and with just about 60 seconds remaining, doesn't look like we'll have any more action on the track. So we're gonna break away for just a brief commercial break. Head down trackside for the national anthem. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
back trackside as the field rolls off. You can hear those familiar bells in the background. It's time to run down tonight's starting lineup for the Got Milk 50 in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series Championship cutoff race starting inside row number 1, your pole sitter to the 39 of Bruce Perry. Lined up just to his outside, the 2 of Christopher Dean, Mike Grandy Sr., Jeff Sharp. Back in row number 2, row number 3 here tonight, the 34 of Tom Richter and the 91 of Tyler Beeman. Christopher Daniel and Brian Dorsey going to make up row number 4. Cole Gray, Eric Moore rounds out your top 10. 32 of Christopher Wold going to start in the 11th position with the 28 of Bill Jett just to his outside. Back in row number 7 is 78 of Bob Rogerson and the 51 of Jerry Isaacs. Eric Anderson, Patrick Stein back in row number 8. Row number 9 here tonight, Dalton Carter and Dave Sanders. Justin Groves, Mark Schrader round out your top 20. Coolridge, Finmore, Jay Morris back in row number 11. Row 12 here tonight, Paul Turner, Dave Gainforth. There is the rest of your field. Bradley Beeman rounding out the tail end of this thing. Pace car down and away. Field coming to the restart line. Long way to get to that yard of bricks. Green flag flies for the first time here tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And the Wheels for Warriors Got Milk 50. Everybody clean through turn number 1. Stacks up on the bottom of the speedway for just a brief moment. Christopher Dean right there in that 2 machine, trying to hound down Bruce Perry, your pole sitter, Mike Grandy Sr., Tom Richter, Tyler Beeman, still right where they started tonight's race. There you see a few drivers jockeying for position back near the middle of this pack. Brian Dorsey involved in this one. There you can see that number 9 Ford Mustang sitting just in front of Justin Groves, Bob Rogerson. They'll go side by side for a brief moment through 3. Perry gonna lead the field off of 4 and towards the line. Christopher Dean looking to charge. Not gonna get there. Perry gonna lead lap number 1. Gonna jump around the speedway just a little bit, bringing a little bit more of all of the action going down all over this track. There you can see Coleridge Finmore already up 4 positions from where he started tonight's race, all the way back in the 21st position, now sitting in 17th. Your points leader looking to have a little bit of an adventurous run, making his way from the tail end of the field here tonight. Already knocking on the door of a top 15 is Finmore as Eric Moore in that 5. He's somewhat safe, sitting 37 points back behind your points leader. Just 1 point in front of that cutoff line, and right now with Christopher Dean sitting in that 2nd position, that would move Dean in and put Moore out. Brian Dorsey also very close to being put out. He's tied 34 points back with Justin Groves. So from 6th all the way to 8th, the very close little battle, very doable for Christopher Dean, Chris Wold, and Cole Gray to make their way into that round of 8. We'll have to visit that once again, as all of the drivers that are vying for their championship hopes and dreams, well, they're all pretty much nose to tail right now on the speedway. There you can see Cole Gray in the 3 machine just behind Christopher Daniel. Brian Dorsey's right there. Christopher Wold going backwards right now. Wold back to 11th. Dalton Carter looking for a pass in that 53 machine. Not going to get there just yet. He's got Jerry Isaacs tucked in right behind him. Lots of battles all over this speedway. For the most part, field beginning to spread out just a little bit, get single file as we typically see here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, usually right at the drop of the green flag, and on the drop of the restart green flags, you see a lot of jockeying for position. Then you see drivers kind of settling in, getting their rhythm, looking to methodically pick off their fellow competitors. As you watch that 99 of Justin Grossi sets up the pass coming into turn number 4. There you see him on the bottom. He's going to take that spot away in that 99 Red Dog sponsored Chevy ZL1 Camaro. Grows up 11 spots into 8. Side by side, just behind him, Brian Dorsey and Cole Gray going to turn 1. Side by side, very doable, but still pretty sketchy. As Dorsey gonna take that spot away, put the 3 back into the clutches of Chris Wold, now running in 11th. Checking in with the driver that is in a must-win situation. There you can see that yellow in blue Napa throwback 88 of Christopher Daniels sitting in the 7th position. He's pretty much in a must-win situation here tonight. 30 points back behind the cutoff line. Daniel needs the race win. He needs those extra bonus points. He needs to get to the front and start padding that back pocket with laps led, trying to grab that most laps led award as well. Daniel doing what he's got him moving towards the top 5. Going to check back in with this little battle that's beginning to brew. Here you can see that 12 of Mike Grandy Sr. slowly making his way up to the 2 of Christopher Dean. That's going to be a battle for that 2nd position on the track. And keep an eye on the ticker on the bottom of the screen. You can find all of your point standings and information down there scrolling throughout tonight's race. Do want to take a moment, as we do have a few battles out there, to mention my main man, J. Bell Crank, getting the job done. He is back home, and we can't be more happier about that. Crank, we can't wait to see you back out here on the track getting well, my friend. Rest up and come back with some fire. I know that you will. Glad you are home. Everybody and the entire family, extended family, and your iRacing family right here. There you can see that hashtag on the side, still sported by Chris Dean. Do it for Crank. And man, you did it for us. You kicked COVID, and you are back home safe and sound. Glad you are there. Can't wait to see you once again, my friend. Battle at the front beginning to heat up. We're going to have a 3-car battle as we cross the line to begin lap number 8 out of the 65 scheduled here tonight. And looks like we had the wrong lap count listed out there for us, but nonetheless is what it is. Ooh, close little moment there for the 2 of Chris Dean. He's going to give up that 2nd position to Mike Grandy Sr., who has been hounding him for the past few laps. Grandy looking to see if he can't go up there and run down your race leader, Bruce Perry. He's got his Hallmark 12 dialed in and heading to the race leader. Back a little further back in the pack, Coleridge Fenmore has his run has kind of fizzled out a little bit, slowed up that charge to the front. He's already gained 8 positions, but now kind of stuck right now in 13th. Look for him to maybe look to the inside of that 78. No, he's just going to hang tough right here down the front stretch, across the bricks and into turn number 1. Going to stay in that 13th spot. Thought we may see him dive down and take a shot at grabbing that position. He's got the 5 of Eric Moore tucked in just behind him. Tight-knit little battle going on just in front of them. You might as well go ahead and call this a 7-car pack. Started by the 9 of Brian Dorsey, Christopher Daniel, Cole Gray, Chris Wold, Bob Rogerson, as Fenmore goes to the inside of Rogerson now to take that 12th position away. Eric Moore now stuck back behind Rogerson. He's going to dive to the inside, looking to take that 13th position away. Not going to get there, not going to have it, but with a big run off of 4s, Fenmore He's going to look to the inside of Wool. Close battle with two throwback schemes right here. Well, I want to call it a throwback. Colt Gray running more of it, a memorial and honoring Army. The paint scheme on that 3 this week. That is definitely a throwback on the 88. Finmore going to look to the inside of Gray now going into turn number 1. Going to take that 10th position away now as Gray falls just outside of your top 10 back to 11th. And that is a sweet, simple looking ride that Gray has gone out there. Look at it up close and personal right through your TV, phone, tablet, computer screen. There you can see that. Well, it reminds me of like the green you wear during basic training. Jumping around the track just a little bit, we'll stay with this battle with Colt Gray, Chris Wool, Bob Rogerson as Finmore looks to try to make a pass on Christopher Daniel. That's going to be for 9th position. Finmore down to the inside into turn 1. Once again, that seems to be the preferred passing zone for Finmore. He's going to stay side by side, though. Daniel not giving that spot up. Finally losing that battle off of turn number 2. Finmore moves to 9th. Jerry Isaacs making a pass on Eric Anderson back for 16. Last time by as we head down the back stretch and into turn 3. Your leaders already into turn 4 on lap number 12, making their way towards that famous yard of bricks to begin lap number 13 out of the 65 scheduled and tonight's official race distance. Back near the rear of this field, check that out. Look at this battle going on here. Jerry Isaacs, Dalton Carter, Eric Anderson, Bradley Beeman, Paul Turner. I can spit it out, I promise. All back here battling with each other. There you can see the 92 of Beeman to the inside of Eric Anderson. The 4 of Turner tucked in line right behind them. Turner looking to try to make up a handful more positions. Started back in the 23rd spot, now running in 20th. Looking for a little bit more. Can he take that 19th spot away? Gonna do so for the time being as he's down on the bottom, but know that turn 3 wheels for Warriors USA Petty Blue. 43 of Eric Anderson going to keep it wound up on the high side and keep that spot for now. And you know, just because I'm not sure if you race fans out there in TV land now watched the Pro Invitational that they had at the city course of Chicago. They had, whoa, there's the 4 of Paul Turner into that outside wall. Crosses the track, keeps it heading in the right direction, but that is a big-time save there for Turner. There was a comment made during that broadcast. It was on, I believe, FS1 drivers, NASCAR drivers, and out there on the Chicago street course that just came out right here on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. And, well, Clint Boyer said you never trust a driver with triple digits on the side of the car. And I just thought about that when we got ready to go back here and take an eye and look at this Toyota Camry piloted by Dave Gainforth. The 101 Clint Boyer and Joey Logano kind of joking that, you know, you never want to pass a triple-digit car on the outside. And, well, I don't know, but flat foot like the Flintstones. Dave Gainforth looking for a little speed out there tonight. Gainforth sitting about 16 seconds off of your race leader back in 21st. We'll jump back towards the front of this field, back with this battle that continues on here. Justin Groves, Tyler Beeman, they're continuing to go at it. 5th and 6th on the speedway. Gonna go up to the battle for the race lead because Mike Grandy Sr. is there. He has ran down Bruce Perry and now is looking to make that pass. When's he gonna get there? How's he gonna pull it off? Will he stay methodical and just kind of stay in line and let that 39 break that air for him? Use that gas up. Maybe stay tucked in line, try to extend the fuel run just a little bit. No, Senior gonna drop to the bottom. Float back up to the high side for turn number 4. Make their way back to the front stretch, and what a unique thing here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You can see it, the fans on the infield as well as the outside of the track. One of the only racetracks that I know that is like that. I believe Pocono may have a little bit of that kind of feel with what I call the steeplechase right there in the infield behind pit road at Pocono Raceway. Maybe some of my Pennsylvania natives out there in TV land might be able to shed a little bit of light on that one for me, and whether or not the fans have stands on the inside of Pocono the way they do right here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And that has got to be a whole nother perspective to watch the race from. Been to multiple races and watched them from the pits, watched them from the stands on the outside of the track, but never up in some stands overlooking pit road like fans are able to do right here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I'm sure that is quite a view all day long. Your pole sitter, Bruce Perry's continuing to lead Mike Grandy Sr. And as these two kind of battle that little bit, Tom Richter has been able to close that gap. Richter was sitting at one point almost 2 seconds behind Bruce Perry. He has now walked them down and is sitting under a second back. Richter coming on strong late in the run. 19 laps now on the board. And down there along the ticker, you can find your season winners. Coleridge Fenmore walking away so far this season. 8 wins in the bag. Frank DiMaggio in the 95. Not here tonight, but that 95, when he shows up, he shows out. Walking away with 3 wins so far this year. Then it's a handful of drivers with 1 win in the bag. Jeff Sharp, Kyle Jett, Bryson Clark, Randy McCanney, all having a 1 win on the season as the 12 of Mike Grandy finally makes that pass on Bruce Perry. Perry gonna slide back into second. Mike Grandy now looking to control this race from here on out. So for the first time tonight, new race leader here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 2 different leaders, 1 lead change. How long before Richter gets there? Because he has closed the gap. He's knocking on the door of taking over that second spot. Want to jump back here to one of the drivers fighting for his championship hopes and dreams. Chris Wold sitting in that 15th spot. He is down 4 positions from where he started tonight's race. So they going the wrong way. Wold backing up. Falling through the field late in this green flag run. This gentleman right here in the Napa know-how Chevy ZL1 Camaro. Christopher Daniel in a must-win situation on the outside, looking in for that round of 8. The 88 needs a race win. He is sitting in the 12th position 5 spots down from where he started tonight's race. So maybe Daniel looking to maybe do a fuel strategy here. It doesn't look like he's had any contact with anything, just a little bit off pace. So maybe fuel conservation already in the minds of that crew chief. A few spots in front of him, you can find that 3 of Cole Gray. Cole, one of those drivers on the outside looking in as well. Sitting about 14 points behind the cutoff line. Gray needing to have a solid run here tonight. Running solidly inside the top 10, but most of the drivers he is fighting, scratching, and clawing to try to get himself into that round of 8 with R running in front of him. Most importantly, this gentleman right here, rounding out your top 5 as they cross the line to begin lap number 22. The 2 of Christopher Dean came in just 1 point behind the cutoff line, and he is running well here tonight. He will, if he can finish inside the top 5, he will make his way into that round of 8. Gonna be a mixed bag though, as Justin Groves, Brian Dorsey, and Eric Moore, they're still fighting to keep themselves on the good side of that round of 8 cutoff line. Just 4 points separating Moore from Tyler Beeman, sitting in I believe Beeman is sitting 6th. Beeman sitting 5th. I apologize, in the point standings for the chase grid. A lot of drivers out there that could have some issues still. Most of your chase drivers, as you can see over there on the left-hand side of your screen, lit up in that turn 3 orange, or the aqua right there. Running in the top half of the field. Looks like we've only got about 1 driver inside of your top 12. That is not a chase driver, and that is Bruce Perry, who has retaken that race lead. 3 laps ago, Perry was able to get back by Mike Grandy Sr., and Sr. had a little bit of a moment as Tom Richter snatched that 2nd spot away, and these 2 gentlemen beginning to set sail. There you can see already a 3. Oh, big moment for that 12. Hallmar. A Chevy ZL1 Camaro almost into the outside wall. Tom Richter now looks to the inside. He's looking for the race lead. He's going to snatch it by the time they get to turn number 1. New race leader, the 34 of Tom Richter. That's going to be our 3rd different race leader with 3 lead changes. Yes, 3 lead changes. Because we had Brandy take it from Perry. Perry take it back. Now Richter snatching that top spot. These 3 have separated themselves from the rest of the field about 2.5 seconds back to Justin Groves, running in the 4th position. Then another 4 seconds back from there to Jeff Sharp. So the top of the field, the cream has risen to the top. Onboard camera shot overhead right here with that 34 of Tom Richter. Cheerios. Well, he's trying to say cheerio and check out here tonight. 25 laps in to tonight's 65-lap event at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, right here for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series Got Milk 50. Tom Richter beginning to stretch his legs just a little bit on his fellow competitors, already opening up almost a half a second gap over Bruce Perry. Mike Grandy Sr. now another half a second back from him, so Grandy already losing some time. And how about that driver's blistering pace here tonight? 25 green flag laps already in the book. Field making their way around the track on lap number 26 now. Knocking on the door of halfway very quickly here. What a run by all of these drivers so far, putting down some blazing fast laps. Look like we do have one driver that has been called out here tonight so far. Looks like Bill Jett sitting back behind pit wall out of tonight's race. Back in the 25th position, Patrick Stein brings his 89 Ford Mustang to pit road as well. Looks like that may be regular service on his machine. And as Richter begins to set sail and build that gap, we'll jump around the track just a little bit back to this battle. Once again, the three of Cole Gray, Eric Moore. That's a battle for 10th and 11th on the speedway. Bradley Beeman fighting back with Jay Morrison, Dalton Carter, Tyler Beeman in the 91 machine. Running well so far here tonight. Beeman looking to secure his slot in that round of 8. Coleridge, Finmore, there you can see him just off in the distance. Finmore up 14 spots from where he started tonight's race. Now running in the 7th position, started back outside of your top 20. And as we begin to work our way towards that halfway point and closer to the second half of tonight's Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series Got Milk 50, do want to take a brief moment to thank our title sponsor of this season here in Cyber Thunder Racing Leagues. That's right, Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. Wheels for Warriors USA, one of the greatest organizations, best organizations that I can think of, especially when it comes to backing, supporting our veterans. And our veterans at risk, 22 veterans today, take their own lives. And that is 22 too many on so many different levels, no matter what walk of life you're in. Men and women that have served our country, giving their all, giving her everything. And I say that just on the wake of Memorial Day weekend. They have given it all. And come home and feel a little lost sometimes. These men and women at the Wheels for Warriors USA organization, well, they help at-risk veterans. They sponsor, mentor, get with them, give them that sense of brotherhood, that sense of camaraderie that so many are missing and looking for once they reach the civilian world out of military service. They're able to sponsor them, hang with them, and along the way, they teach them how to ride a motorcycle. Some of them may know, some of them may just need some gear, maybe some upgrades on the bike, but they have programs and they do mentor, sponsor a risk veteran for a period of upwards of a year. And at the end, they do present that veteran with their very own motorcycle. They're there for them from that point on and beyond. And anybody that knows or that has rode a motorcycle in the past, you all know how therapeutic it can be, and it has been scientifically proven to be a very therapeutic activity as well. So Wheels for Warriors USA doing one of the coolest things that I can think of when it comes to giving back to those that give so much for us in order for us to do the things that we love to do, like this right here at iRacing.com. Right in your living room on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Big shout out to everybody out there at Wheels for Warriors USA, located centrally in the United States in Lincoln, Nebraska. Able to get around the country very quickly, with many different other organizations as doing multiple different things. So again, we would like to thank the Wheels for Warriors USA for all they do. You can check out their information right down there in that scroller on the bottom of the screen, or scroll down in the description. Click on the link W4WUSA.org. Wheels for Warriors, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. Riding with Bradley Beeman, Jay Morris right here tucked up with each other. Overhead camera shot with that Baja Lime Raise Energy Ford Mustang 92 machine. Bradley Beeman looking to gain a handful more spots. He's sitting back in the 18th position right now as drivers indeed are at that halfway point. So it looks like only one green flag stop for fuel is what is going to be needed. Lap number 32 already underway. Tom Richter out to the biggest lead of the race so far here tonight. Richter has 1.4 seconds over Mike Grandy Sr. Bruce Perry now falling back to third. Justin Groves still another 4 seconds back behind him. Jeff Sharp, Brian Dorsey also multiple seconds back from there. Mike Grandy Sr. going to be the first driver inside of your top 5 to hit pit road. Brian Dorsey and the 9 gonna follow. Both of those drivers gonna head to pit road. Oh, the 27 loose down there on those curves. He's gonna hit the brakes before he hits the bricks. Come down pit road. Everybody looks like they have got their cars slowed and ready to roll down pit lane. Chris Wold also down pit lane as your race leader. Richter now has almost a 3-second advantage over Bruce Perry. Had to check up just a little bit to let Mike Grandy Sr. get to pit road safely when Will Richter hit pit lane. Richter gonna come to pit road now. We'll check in with a few more drivers as he brings Justin Groves to pit road as well. Bruce Perry gonna go back to the top of the scoring pylon. More drivers to pit road. There's Dean as well as Gray, Moore, Sanders, and Beeman all to pit road. Oh my goodness, 88 sliding everywhere trying to get to pit road. I'm not sure he made it. Christopher Daniel, my goodness, that was eventful to say the least. Driver with the race lead as he works his way back around the track. I believe that is turn number 3 and now into turn 4. And yes, that is exactly where Bruce Perry in that 39 Ford Mustang is coming through turn 4. He's going to head to pit road this time by what does Jeff Sharp in the 19 do? Looks like he's going to break for pit road. Finmore next in line for the race lead. No, he's going to get on the brakes hard. Coming to pit road, smoking the tires. No need to keep them nice and neat. You're coming down pit road to get new ones anyway. Finmore presses the line going to pit road. Dalton Carter going to stay out on track. He's going to assume the race lead. That's going to be our 5th different lead change with 4 different leaders so far here tonight in the Got Milk 50 for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series right here for Cyber Thunder Racing League on iRacing.com. And as we have crossed that halfway threshold, there you can see it, graphic on screen. Toss these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by, whether you're just sliding through to say, hey, you are the dedicated fan, friend, family, or maybe even sponsor coming to check things out. We do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time. So while you're at it, while you're here, toss these drivers a thumbs up. And I tell you what, we're on the drive for 2,000 subs. Go ahead and tell your friends. Tell them all. Get them all over here. Get them to smash that subscribe button and click the bejesus out of that bell. Let's get this thing going. Let's get Turn 3 up above 2,000 subscribers. I know we've got it. I know we can do it. Let's get it done. We do appreciate you for joining us here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network here for tonight's race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Drivers in the middle of their green flag pit stops. Bradley Beeman yet to hit pit road. That's going to be our 6 different lead change with 5 different drivers here tonight. Mark Schrader has it yet to come to pit road, so your top 3 drivers on track still yet to come down for their tires and fuel. Mike Grandy Sr., how about that? Coming to pit road early, gained almost 4 seconds over Tom Richter. Mike Grandy Sr., your highest running driver that has been to pit road for what should be the one and only stop of the race for most of these drivers. We have been clean and green all night long here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Field working their way around the track on lap number 37. There you can see Grandy Sr. beginning to close in on Mark Schrader. Schrader going to head to pit road. Carter on to pit road that time as well. Bradley Beeman continues to keep that 92 out on track. Onboard camera shot with Mike Grandy Sr. as he tries to track down Bradley Beeman. There you can see, I believe that is the 101 of Dave Gainforth just off in the distance. And yes, it is Gainforth, one of those drivers already listed off of the lead lap. He is your first driver off of the lead lap in that lucky dog position, sitting in 23rd. And as this around the green flag pit stops cycles itself on out. A little bit of quick house cleaning. Started tonight's race with 25 drivers. We have still got 24 out there on the track with 22 left on the lead lap. I believe it's 22. Yes, it is 22 left on the lead lap. Mark Schrader going to be very close to going 1 lap down as we go back at the front of this field with the Baja line Ford Mustang 92 piloted by Bradley Beeman. There you can see Mike Grandy Sr. just behind him with those fresh tires. And it's pretty interesting here because Beeman is going to have to come to pit road very shortly. He's not going to be able to do all 65 laps on 1 tank of fuel. He's not going to be able to fight off the fresh tires of the 12 of Mike Grandy Sr. either. Will he come to pit road this time by? Yes, he is, but he's going to have the freshest tires of them all. Whoa! Bit of a moment there for Beeman as Grandy takes back control of the race lead. That's going to be our 7th lead change here tonight. 25 laps to go next time around. Man, this thing is clicking off fast, and it looks like some of these drivers on the outside looking in will rejoin them here in just a brief moment and run down those drivers in danger of being on the outside looking in to that round of 8. Driver highlights and spotlights as we work our way around this track. There you can see your race leader. That's 12 of Mike Grandy Sr. out of Fonda, New York. Leads this race, looking to lead the rest of this one. 25 to go, crossing the bricks that time by. We'll check in with the driver running in second right here. Justin Gross, one of those drivers close to the edge here tonight. Needed a solid run to secure his spot in that round of 8. Gross came in just about 4 points ahead of the cutoff line, and Groves running well here tonight. Looks like he will secure that spot in the round of 8. Tom Richter right here running just behind him. Pennsylvania's very own Richter running in third. Richter is, well, for all intents and purposes, he is locked in to that round of 8, especially running inside of your top 5. Richter looks to continue his championship hopes. We're going to check in, though, with this driver right here, Eric Moore, one of those drivers on the on the cusp of being on the outside. He came into tonight's race just one spot above that cutoff line in the 8th position in the chase grid, ahead of Chris Dean by just 1 point. Christopher Dean sitting up here right there in that 10th position, so that would be enough for Christopher Dean to leapfrog Eric Moore and take his championship spot in the round of 8. And how about this driver right here as well? Cole Gray needed a good run here tonight. He's sitting 11th on the speedway right now. Gray fighting for his championship hopes and dreams. Can the Thompson, Georgia driver get inside of your top 10 and try to fight, scratch and claw his way into the round of 8? Looks like this gentleman right now, the struggles are continuing for the Napa Auto Parts Chevy ZL1 Camaro driver Christopher Daniel. And the 88 machine came into tonight's race in a must-win situation. Tonight has not been rolling his way. Daniels sits in 13th. Christopher Wold in the 32 machine. There you can see Cyber Thunder Racing Division Director. If you're looking to get into the league, well, you gotta speak to this man right here. Not sure if that's a Santa Claus or I'm not sure what Chris is doing. I'm not sure, sometimes Chris does. And that's why we love them all inside of that Mountain Dew Game Fuel 32. Victory in a can. Can he somehow pull off a victory here tonight, sitting outside of your top 15 in the 16th position? Wold came into the race 3 points behind the cutoff line, and he is the farthest in the field running championship contender. So Chris Wold has got to turn it around, and he has got to turn it around quick. That is your driver highlights and spotlights. We'll jump around the track just a little bit more as we close in on 20 laps to go here tonight from Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Big announcement coming up, all-star event for the Cyber Thunder Racing League. We've got some things in the works for that. We'll slowly be releasing some details. You'll be able to find that right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network as well, so stay tuned for all of that upcoming information. And well, how do you stay tuned and stay in touch? You can head on over to cyberthunderracingleagues.com, or well, you can go ahead and do the easy thing. Go ahead and toss these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell. And anytime we go live with anything with Cyber Thunder Racing League and Wheels for Warriors USA, well, you'll know about it. Your phone will go off, tablet, computer, and it'll all give you a notification, and you'll be able to find out and see all of the great information as well as great racing action each and every Thursday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Field crosses the line, just 20 laps remain. What a great tribute on the front of this 9 of Brian Dorsey. Look at that, all of the armed forces across the hood of that machine. Big salute to you, sir, for running that paint scheme, and I do believe it is pretty much a paint scheme that he continues to run pretty much week after week, not very far off his normal paint scheme, as we've got a battle for that second spot. Tom Richter has closed the gap, and he takes that second spot away from Justin Groves. Ken Richter tracked down Mike Grandy Sr., who came to pit road just 1 lap sooner, but is still sitting almost 4 seconds in front. Race leader Mike Grandy Sr., there you can see him. He's going to begin to work his way into some more back markers. That's the 4 of Paul Turner just in front of him, and not too far off in front of Turner. You'll be able to see Bradley Beeman, Dalton Carter, Eric Anderson, Jerry Isaacs. Those are going to be the next drivers in line fighting to keep themselves on the lead lap at this blistering pace here. Clean and green all night long. 19 laps to go, 18 when we cross the line, this time by. Can Mike Grandy Sr. keep himself out front? And as we do close in on the final few laps of tonight's race, we're going to have to break for just a brief commercial break, but you won't miss any of the action. We're going to go side by side with your Got Milk 50 here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got him for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
And back trackside as promised, not missing any of the action. Brief little commercial break there as we continue this long green flag run. Every lap so far here tonight has been under green flag conditions. One round of green flag pit stops. Everybody giving it their all. There you can see that 53 Oreo Chevy ZL1 Camaro piloted by Dalton Carter. He's trying to run down Eric Anderson. That's going to be a battle for 18th, 19th, and 20th on the track. There you can see Bradley Beam, and he has the freshest tires out there on the field. Came to pit road 30 on lap number 39. That is a full 6 laps later than the drivers running at the front of the field, but Bradley Beeman sitting very close to being off of the lead lap. I do believe he is just in front of your race leaders, 46 seconds behind Mike Grandy Sr., so very close there. As looking at the gaps, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Beeman may be able to maintain and keep himself on the lead lap, but Mike Grandy Sr. doing a fine job at managing the gap here. Has caught up to that 4 of Paul Turner, but has kind of just settled in right here, really running right behind him. We're going to go on board here with that 12 of Mike Grandy Sr. What do you say we ride a lap with your race leader around Indianapolis Motor Speedway? There you can see him up through the gears and on the gas, trying to get a little bit further up through the field. Put a few more drivers a lap down, and there he goes down into turn 1. He's going to take that before Paul Turner and put, oh no, Turner going to fight back. He's wanting to stay on the lead lap. Coast. Just not clear. Mike Grandy Sr. not able to get by the back marker, and as he continues to try to fight and put him a lap down, he has given up over 0.4 of a second to Tom Richter. He needs to get by this 4 of Turner and get by him fast, able to do so finally in turn number 3, back down to the bottom in 4, and that is a lap with your race leader, the 12 of Mike Grandy Sr. Back outside the cars there, you can see Tom Richter just off in the background. Richter has closed the gap down to 2.6 seconds. But can Grandy manage that gap for another 13 laps? He's been able to manage the gap since reassuming the race lead after the green flag pit stops. Will he be able to keep the very fast Richter behind him? Richter was one of the faster drivers on the long run before that round of green flag pit stops. Looks to be one of the fastest drivers on track. Last time by, Richter runs a 54.78, your race leader of 55.76, so a full second faster was Richter. Can he continue this trend now that your race leader Grandy has made his way out of that lap traffic? Not a whole lot of battles to visit out there, but we will jump around the track to just a few as we look at the scoring charts that time by. The speed charts suggest 0.2 of a second faster that time by for Tom Richter. Race leader gonna run a 54.97. Richter runs a 54.70. So almost 0.3 of a second faster. Here comes Tom Richter, but will he get there in time? 12 laps to go, 11 when we cross the line this time by. Gonna join this battle back here just outside of your top 10. There you can see that 3 of Cole Gray. He's trying to run down Christopher Dean. Dave Sanders in that 77, about 0.6 of a second out in front of him. So these drivers stacked up with each other, looking for a little bit more. I believe that's the 89 of Patrick Stein right there, just off in front of Christopher Dean. Dave Sanders 2.4 seconds out in front of Dean. So Christopher Dean's got to do away with the back marker, because that's allowing Cole Gray, Eric Moore, and Christopher Daniel all to close in. Jay Morris in the 27 machine. He's closing on Bob Rogerson. That's going to be a battle here shortly for the 15th position as Bradley Beeman finally gets by Dalton Carter. That's a pass for 18th on track. A lot of things happening all over this track. Mark Schrader closing in some distance on Paul Turner, the 21, trying to take that spot away from the 4 as we watch from the overhead camera shot here with Cole Gray working the inside on Patrick Stein, looking to get by that 89 Ford Mustang. Not able to do so just yet. He's got that Raise Energy 89. Looking a little bit sporty, but a little behind the 8 ball off of the lead lap here. Down just 1 lap. Just 10 laps remaining. Just over, what is that, 25 miles? Somebody do the math. Somebody help me. 2.5 mile track, 10 laps. That's, yeah, let's call it 25 miles. Sounds right. Jumping around a little bit, going to take another look at that 53 back to the 3 of Cole Gray now, because he has closed back in on Christopher Dean. Eric Moore in the 5 beginning to close in on Gray as well. So that's going to be a 3-car battle for position 10th, 11th, 12th on the speedway. And oh no, Tom Richter. Richter has trouble. Richter has some trouble and has dropped all the way to 6th. Oh my goodness, what has happened to Richter? No caution flag gonna fly. Looks like we do have a queued up replay. Let's go check out what happened to Richter. Down to the inside of that 21 and contact. Off of turn number 1, Richter slides. No contact with that inside wall. Throws it in reverse. Gets it headed back in the right direction. Ooh, big time mistake late in the going. That's going to put Richter outside of your top 5 as he was closing in on your race leader. Richter going to drop to 6th. Gonna jump around the track just a little bit. Back to this battle. Cole Gray able to get by Christopher Dean. Eric Moore now working over that two machine. Moore gonna make his way by and past Chris Dean. That's gonna make that one even, it's gonna be even closer now, man. I'm telling you what, these final 8 spots to move into the next round, man, it is something fierce back here. Cole Gray in 10th, Eric Moore in 11th, 12th place, Christopher Dean, Christopher Daniel back there in 13th. They're all battling heavily in the point standings. Just a handful of points separating all of those drivers. Unfortunately for Cole Gray, even running in that 10th position, I'm not sure it's going to be enough to overcome that points deficit. He needed about 14 points more than Eric Moore, and right now he is running just one position better than that 5, so it doesn't look like it's quite paying out just yet. But Christopher Dean, he's sitting in a very precarious situation. He is right there on the cusp of being able to make it and bump maybe one or two of these drivers outside of that championship 8. Have to wait to see how it all unfolds as your race leader, Mike Grandy Sr., makes his way off of the corner and back down into turn number 4. Gonna cross the line, this time by the high 5. Out there for your race leader. 5 laps to go, this time by race leader down into turn number 3. 7-second advantage over the 99 of Justin Groves. Mike Grandy Sr. has checked out on this field. Mike Grandy crosses the line. 5 to go here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the Got Milk 50 Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series, brought to you by Cyber Thunder Racing League. Big shout out to all the drivers putting on these great shows week in, week out. Big time shout out to Crank Bell. Bell, if you're out there watching, listening here tonight, we do wish you a speedy recovery, even though you already are already back home and recovering well. We do hope we get to see you before the end of the season. Maybe hop on for a quick chat if you can. Good to have you back home, brother. Glad you are doing well. Glad you kicked COVID. And we will get to see you back out on the track once again. Also, a big-time shout-out to the title sponsor here in Cyber Thunder Racing League, the Wheels for Warriors USA. Wheels for Warriors USA, helping at-risk veterans all across America, all across the U.S., sponsoring, mentoring them for over a year. And if they meet certain criteria and have certain things, and I do believe participate in some of the safety courses, motorcycle lessons, and riding techniques at the end of these programs, Wheels for Warriors USA presents that at-risk veteran with a motorcycle of his very own. And what a cool way to honor our veterans after their service, then handing them their very own motorcycle. Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. Race leader Grandy Sr. going to cross the line. 3 laps to go here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Less than 8 miles to go, and we will have a new race winner on the season. Mike Grandy Sr. has not visited Victory Lane all year long, and what better way, or what better time than in the third race of the round of 12 here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series Championship chase. Mike Grandy Sr. came into tonight's race 15 points out of the overall points lead And with a dominating performance here tonight, Popsicle sticks for that race. A leader, 2 to go, with him dominating here, walking away with the most laps led tonight, as well as the race win. It is going to be a hard-pressed fight. But Grandy very well may take over that points lead that has been held down by Coleridge Fenmore all season long. Fenmore to victory lane 8 times this season. He sits back running in the 4th spot on track right now. Bruce Perry, your pole sitter, still rounds out your podium finishers. Grandy off of 4 coming to the stripe. White flag in hand. Upstate Al's got it waving. White flag, final lap. Just one more round. This 2.5 mile oval for Mike Grandy Sr. Can he get the job done while you're here, race fans? It's not too late. Toss these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Mike Grandy Sr. gonna want you to tune in to watch this one. He's gonna make his way through 3, head into turn number 4 for the final time tonight. The 12 of Mike Grandy Sr. gonna walk away with the checkered flag. New race winner this season. The 12 of Mike Grandy Sr. captures the flag in the Got Milk 65. What a run, what a race for that 12 of Mike Grandy Sr. capturing the flag here tonight, walking away with that top spot. He gets the race win. Justin Grove's going to finish back in second, with Bruce Perry rounding out your top 3. And after late race trouble, Tom Richter not able to make his way back into the top 5. Richter going to settle for 7th. How about the run by Fenmore all the way up through the field into the 4th position? Solid run tonight also by Justin Groves. He's going to secure his spot into that round of 8. Continue his championship chase. And well, as Mike Grandy Sr. gets ready for some celebrations, he's going to head to victory lane. We're going to head to a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside, just as promised, you are watching the conclusion of tonight's Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series Got Milk 65. Let's see if we can't catch up and have a few words with a driver walking away with the final podium spot here tonight. Let's see if we can't dial up and have a few words with the 39 of Bruce Perry. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy? Mic check. Bruce, you got me?
Hey, I got you now.
Hey. You have to plug that thing in.
Oh, well, I was already getting out of the car, so yeah.
Well, man, how you doing? How you feeling after a great run here tonight? You walked away with the pole position, finished third overall tonight, rounding out the podium spots. How was it out there for you and that 39 crew?
Yeah, it was good. It felt really good in the beginning, and then I realized I was burning the tires off. And, I learned two things tonight. I got to learn to make better decisions on strategy and my pit stops. I messed up my pit stop a little bit, lost some time. So, hey, it is what it is. Those guys ran a good race, and I'll take a podium.
Well, Bruce, you're one of the only drivers that were outside of the championship 12 coming in tonight's cutoff race, and you're one of the only drivers that stayed up inside of the top 5 pretty much all night long. How's that vote for the confidence for you and your crew moving forward through the rest of this season?
Yeah, it feels pretty good to be, in this crowd, be able to run up here. And, yeah, maybe it gives me some confidence to maybe try the full season next year and see what we can do against these guys.
Absolutely. Well, we would love to see you out there next season. Look forward to seeing you out there for the rest of this season as well. Congratulations on your third place here tonight, as well as the pole position. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back at the shop?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Of course, Madsen Racing and the guys that into the Apex and Power Headset. It's a joy to run with these guys, and of course, Wheel for Warriors and Cyber Thunder for putting all this on. This is awesome. I enjoy running with you guys. So looking forward to the rest of this season and perhaps next season.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on the great run here tonight, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you before the season ends.
Oh, certainly like that. Thanks again.
All right, there you have it. Final few parting words from the driver that walked away with the pole position here tonight, as well as finishing in third. That was the 39 of Bruce Perry. Let's see if we can't go in and grab a few words with the driver that walked away in second tonight. That's the 99 of Justin Groves. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
4.
Hey, bud, how you doing? How you feeling after a solid run right when I don't want to say right when you needed it, but kind of good to have those points in your back pocket now, huh?
Yeah, we definitely need it. I mean, we started the season real consistent, and then the middle of the season was just wrecks, bad finishes, so needed some momentum going into the next round.
Well, you mentioned it going into the round of 8 with your second place run here tonight. That's going to secure your spot in that round of 8. Out of those next 3 races, which one, and you're not allowed to say Talladega. That's just too easy. Which one's the toughest in your mind?
Well, now, I mean,
yeah, I got you with that one, didn't I?
yeah, I honestly don't even know the other 2 races. I think I just know it's to survive Talladega and I think Dover's going to probably be the tougher one, just because it's so easy to kind of get into wrecks there, and especially in that tunnel turn, it's just notorious for one-car wrecks that gathers them all up. So it's going to be a treacherous 2 out of 3 races, but at least Charlotte will be the differentiator.
All right, yeah, the Queen City, my hometown track, going to decide it all for who's going to fight it out for the championship. Do you think you and that 99 crew are going to be one of those 4 crews vying for that championship?
I think we should. I think we've probably been the most consistent person to give Coleridge a run all year long. I know the finishes probably in the last 5 to 6 races hadn't really shown it, but we definitely had the speed. So we'll definitely get there, and then we'll have one race to settle it all out.
Absolutely. Well, Justin, it's been a pleasure all season long, and we look forward to catching up with you if we can, a handful more times before the season ends. Congratulations on your second place run here tonight. Before we let you go, you want to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on that 99 or back home?
Yeah, I mean, just thank everyone that puts on the show. I mean, Wheels for Warriors definitely does a great job of helping us put this on TV, and Dave, you do a great job televising it. So just thank everyone, and just have a great night.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations, and we'll try to check in with you at Talladega. There you have it. That was the driver walking away in second, up 17 spots from where he started tonight's race, just inside of the top 20. Justin Groves brings that 99 home to second. And while breaking up the winning streak and walking away with the race win, first time into victory lane, we've got the 12 of Mike Grandy Sr. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Dave.
Hey, man, walking away with your first win of the season, how does that feel?
Well, it's about time for one. But you asked me last week how you thought, or a couple weeks ago, how you thought I'd do, and I wasn't sure. Not last week, and I guess I can answer that now.
Well, you weren't sure, and I tell you what, if you've got any more unsure feelings about our next three tracks, it might be dangerous for the rest of the drivers out there.
Yeah, I'm pretty unsure about the rest of them, that's for sure.
Well, I think we're all unsure about next week's crapshoot, Talladega. You know, it's anybody's game there at the restrictor plates, but the next two after that, we go to Dover and Charlotte Motor Speedway. Out of those two tracks, where do you think we're going to see that 12 shine the most?
Well, honestly, probably Talladega. I'm sure I can run up front there. If I can keep the nose clean, then maybe we can come away with a decent finish. But, it's always a crapshoot there, so we'll see.
Well, Mike, congratulations on win number 1 this season. You've made it into the round of 8. You're going to continue your championship hopes. So with all that being said, we're going to let you savor this and enjoy this one. We won't keep you any longer. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back at the shop on that 12?
Everybody that's involved. I got a couple good teammates in Dave and Jeff. I appreciate them. I appreciate my family. My family is what allows me to do this. If they busted my stones, I probably wouldn't be. And of course, you got the guys that run this, Tom and Chris, and big shout out for Jade. He's doing better. Can't wait to see him back on the track.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on the great run here tonight. Walking away with your first victory of the season. We'll see if we can't catch up with you again before this season's out.
Before we go, big shout out to Wheels for Warriors.
All right, there you have it. Mike Grandy Sr. thanking everybody that tunes in, watches. Thanks the admins. Thanks the race officials. Thanking the title sponsor. Big time night for that 12. Mike Grandy Sr. takes the checkered flag here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. What a night for him. What a night for everybody watching around the world, whether it be at home in your living room, at your computer, or on your phone or tablet. We do appreciate you joining us here tonight. What a race it was, completely clean and green all race long. And as you can see on that scroller going across the bottom of your screen, no longer facing elimination. Those 4 drivers right there, unfortunately, were not able to gain the points they needed. Christopher Dean, Chris Wold, Cole Gray, and Christopher Daniel will drop out of the championship chase. They will not move on to that round of 8. Producers hitting the buttons in the background, you know that familiar sound.
I feel like I was just on another planet.
Out of this world race, I would feel like I was on another planet as well. Clean and green all 65 laps here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for chase race number 3 in the Wheels for Warriors Pro Cup Series. Mike Grandy Sr. taking the checkered flag win number 1 on the season for that 12 crew. Justin Crow's going to finish in a solid second here tonight. Bruce Perry, your pole sitter, walks away in third. Your points leader coming into tonight's race, Finmore, started at the back, gained 17 spots. He'll finish in fourth. Rounding out the top 5 here tonight is the 9 of Brian Dorsey. Jeff Sharp going to walk away in 6th. Tom Richter finishes the night in 7th. Tyler Beeman walks away in 8th. 9th place goes to the 77 of Dave Sanders. Eric Moore going to round out your top 10. Falling short on the points here tonight after a solid run, the 3 of Cole Gray walks away from Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the 11th position. Christopher Daniel pilots the 88 home to 12th place. The 13th spot tonight goes to Christopher Dean. Bob Rogerson finishes in 14th. Rounding out your top 15 is the 27 of Jay Morris. Christopher Wold brings that 32 home in 16th. Jerry Isaacs in the 51 back in 17th. Bradley Beeman finishes in 18th. 19th spot here tonight goes to Dalton Carter. The 43 of Eric Anderson going to walk away in 20th. Mark Schrader brings the 21 home in 21st. The 4 of Paul Turner walking away from the track here tonight in 22nd. 23rd goes to the 101 of Dave Gainforth. Patrick Stein gonna finish in 24th. Rounding out the field here tonight, the 28 of Bill Jett. Well, that's going to do it. That's all she wrote from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're going to begin to wind up them cords and get headed to Talladega next Thursday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. If you haven't already, race fans, toss these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Each and every time you show up, these drivers show out each and every Thursday night. You can find them right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, so don't forget to give these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell. And until next time, race fans, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until then, we'll meet you in Turn 3.